This isn't just about leading a country, it is also carrying the weight of leadership. We need to really step up our game.
I think it's time to change.
Because democracy is not for the major parties. But this time, kita power.
We say there is nothing, what is the nothing we emphasize?
It's 8:30 here in Malaysia and the polls have been closed for 4 hours. The counting has finished as the wait for the results begin. Has the parties done enough in their campaigns to secure their presence in parliament? Will PDM and BRM form another coalition to govern, or will PDM win back the majority? Prime Minister William S. Richford will be the first Prime Minister in 2 years to win back-to-back elections, securing his second term if he wins tonight. Can Oliven lead PAM into government, now without the collaboration with UBA? Will Unconfront finally get in Parliament after 4 attempts, and whether or not will we see the first minor party's appearance in Parliament? Join us tonight as we navigate through the elections with analysis, predictions, and reactions here at the National Wire Service. Welcome to the English coverage of the 24th General Elections by the National Wire Service, bringing you the latest information tonight as the votes are counted and the results are unveiled. I'm Yashar School, and joining tonight is former Prime Minister Keon Revere.
I will be walking you along all the 30 seats to be declared later tonight, giving you an overview of the stories tonight and what it means for the future of MYSverse.
Resident political analysts cynically clash.
I'll be bringing you the latest statistics and analysis about the change in Parliament as the results come in, comprehensively telling you the stories of the night through the narrative of numbers.
And our newest political pundit, Crazy AKR4.
The people have questions and the elite must answer. I will be asking the candidates the questions, going through their stance and history.
Okay, thank you everyone. And also here in the studio we have right now is candidates and representatives from all 5 political parties that are competing in this election. So without any specific order, let's first ask the representative for PDM and also the Prime Minister candidate, Mr. William S. Richford, to do a quick introduction.
Good evening. Thank you, Yao. Good evening, everyone watching tonight. My name is William Richford, the current interim Prime Minister, and I'm representing Party Democratic and MYSverse.
Thank you. Next, we have the candidate for Barisan Rakyat Malaysia, Yano. You want to do a quick introduction for us?
Good evening, everyone. I am Yano Majen. I am the former leader of BRI. I am representing for BRI Tuvai. Thank you.
And next but not least, we have PAM.
Good evening. I am Penjuang Mat Rais, representing PAM, and I'm a former senator and the candidate for Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
And next, we have the candidate, the representative for GR.
Good evening. My name is William Bielinski. I'm candidate for Open Ticket, and I'm the Timbalan of Garakandra, Malaysia. Thank you.
And last but not least, we have the newest political party here, Acram.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Arif Nazim, 22. I'm representing Angkatan Keadilan Rakyat Malaysia as advisor and contesting in P04 Terengganu. Thank you.
Yep, thank you to all the representatives here to be in the studio with us, and thank you for all the viewers for watching today. Now, before we get started tonight, let's quickly go over to the scene right now at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Center. Let's see what's going on as SPR attempts to announce our results. So let's go to our correspondent here at KLCC right now, Mr. Keon. Any updates so far?
Right now, we are waiting for the election commission to give us the results for the 24th election of MYSverse. Right now, as we can see, the main parties that are contesting all the seats as of these elections are PDM, PAM, and Acram. This is very surprising as Acram is a new party, but they have filled every single seat in this general election. Following that, BRM is contesting more than half of the total seats, and of course, GR as the smallest party is only contesting 9 seats this election. What will happen tonight will be historical, even if it's just the government retaining their position. Thank you, Yang.
Okay, thank you, Keon. Let's wait for the results to come out soon. I think I received notice that the results start coming out at 9 p.m. So I think we'll have a fair bit of time before we'll get any news from KLCC for now. So, Crazy, do you have any questions you want to ask the candidates first as we wait for the results to come out?
All right, so pretty much is what I do during
It's
the stream.
8:30 here in Malaysia,
now,
and the polls have been closed
I
for
would
4
like
hours.
to have a forward questions to the Gerakan Rakyat representative here. So, Jiang, Gerakan Rakyat representative, you there?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So the first question is regarding Gerakan Rakyat small town. It is indicated that we are only focused on three main policies. Now, Akram, comparing to Akram, which is having more manifesto covering in all sectors. And why the GR has been maintained that in the past 4 elections?
I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry, we have some technical difficulties here with Crazy. We'll give him some time to sort out his microphone. But meanwhile, let's quickly go to Clash and let's see if he has any opinions so far on the general election before we go back to talk to our delegates and candidates here. So Clash, what do you think about the election so far?
Okay, firstly, if we want to talk about the G24, if we want to talk about the 24th general election, we'll have to look at the turnout. We'll have to look at the turnout today because from what I'm seeing from the turnout that we are seeing today, it's not great, and it's a significant drop. We're seeing a very massive drop in turnout of at least 53%. So last election, G23, we saw around 2,332 voters coming out to vote for their parties. And then this election, we saw around 1,096 people voting, and that is at least as of 2 p.m. there. And if we look at this, if we count everything, as of 2 p.m., that is a 53% drop from last election there. So let's go to the next bit. So if we compare to the G18, G19, if we look at the past elections, we see that G18 had 344 votes. We had G19 44, 447. We got G20 doubling those numbers. G21 getting stable there, and then G20, G22, 1,400, and we saw those votes, and we saw those votes going in an upward trend, and then suddenly this election we see a very significant drop of 1,236 votes, and that is not great from what we are seeing. We are seeing a very anticlimactic drop there. So, and then we'll have to go into the second one. This election, despite just looking at the turnout being terrible there, we are also seeing 5 parties contesting in the same general election, and that is very massive because we haven't seen 5 parties contesting in one general election, and that is very historic. This election is very historic from the largest, the most significant drop in Malaysian history. And then we are also seeing more parties contesting in one election, and that's very historic in our electoral history. See, and we don't know yet if we're gonna get a 4th party. We don't know yet if we're and this election is also very volatile, and we may see some readjustments to the political map. We might see BRM restore its second party status. We might see PAM drop again to third party. We might see PDM get a majority, because looking from the information at InVote, the first bar is telling that yes, someone is getting 500 votes there, and we'll have to see if the prophecy, at least the exaggerated word for it, is true. And we'll have to see if this election will surprise us, or if it will instead not surprise us. We'll have to just look and see. The night is still young. We'll have to check later on as we go on through the night. Back to you, Yao.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now that we're back here in the studio, let's quickly go to Crazy and see if he has any questions to ask for the candidates thus far.
All right. I apologize for such technical issues. Now, Mr. Ustram, are you there? Arif, I apologize. Mr. Arif, are you there? Okay, all right. I apologize. Let's move on to the next question first. So, for the Gerakan Rakyat representative, are you currently with us here right now in the National Wire Service?
Yes.
All right. So the question that us as the public observant and pretty much the media themselves. Now, as we know, Gerakan Rakyat has pretty much a smaller policies comparing to Acram, which covers all kinds of ministerial sectors. Now, why those Gerakan Rakyat has maintained the same style for the past general elections? Does this imply that the Gerakan Rakyat has no intentions to become an actual government and only intend to become the opposition in the parliament as a way for check and balance?
Right. So opposition is very true, very much. But we choose to be the third power instead of government, because we are ready for everything that we used to before the general election, G23, 22, and 21. We see no commitment in Gerakan Rakyat that we will be achieving more votes if we become the parliament, like after the generation 23, where we got summarized all of our votes, and we supposed not to join the 2024 general election, but surprisingly, we have to join as such as third power to just win and one parliamentary seats. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much to Dasuki as a representative to Garakandra for tonight. Now, moving on forward to Arif for the representative of Acram. Are you here with us tonight with the National Wire Service?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. So Akram has been very much a hot topic in the media outlet themselves, as we know during the recent GE24 debate in the NWS, where the speaker representing the party themselves had lashed out fiery words, threatening or perhaps vowing to fire the founder of Acram, which as we know is Israel, which led to an internal conflict within the party, which led to the firing of said speaker, and then eventually, in a sudden U-turn, relifting back the firing of said person, and then now Akram yet again making a U-turn to firing both Israel and Raino, which is the speaker for the debate. So what's currently happening within the internal structures of Akram?
Thank you. So, as we know, this thing very shock the whole MYS role politic. Actually, begin with Riano. The action taken by Israel is actually not against our constitution, because in our party constitution, it's already stated that those who spread misinformation will be suspend their membership. But the issue is that Israel did not follow the procedure, where actually I believe in almost every party, including Akram, we hold a meeting for every decision, especially, for example, this time where we suspend. So the first action is actually taken by Israel itself, and then the U-turn happened because of, like I said before, Israel wasn't go through proper procedure, and then we suspend Riano again. That's actually through meetings with about 5 to 6 Supreme Council, a whole meeting, and we agree to suspend Riano membership. And then about Israel, I personally can say that he already abused his power as founder. Yes, it's from myself. He's abused his power as founder, because currently his whole position as deputy secretary only, and actually he's done a lot more than his authority. That's all I can comment. Thank you.
Okay, so elaborating more on the questions I've just asked to you, considering Akram had a history of firing and then reinstating Israel's membership, if as a matter of fact, even firing him from the position of a supreme leader, say, and then reinstating him back as the same supreme leader for the party. Now, has Akram yet to learn from Israel's past action and instead is going to do the same, perhaps in the future?
As Akram advisor, I can guarantee say that we won't repeat the same action as before. Because our decision to fire, to sack Israel is not from ourselves. We actually receive advice from a more experienced player, more experienced RO politic player, and then we hold internal meeting, and then the decision was made. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Arif, representing Akram for tonight's session. Now, let's move on to the other party, Party PAM, which is currently represented by Pejuang Lemak Rais. Are you there with us here tonight with the
Yes.
NWS?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So the public knows that PAM had collaborated with Uber, but as of now, as we speak, Uber had currently vacated themselves, had depart themselves from PAM. So in the previous governing, in the previous term, could you perhaps describe on how Uba had significantly helped on PAM as the opposition during the government?
I mean, firstly, I wouldn't say that Uba has departed from PAM as, I mean, we still keep in contact with their upper leaders and frequently we seek advices from them when we need it. So to answer your question on whether how Uba has impacted us positively, I think they obviously has. I mean, they are a party of experienced individuals who has basically. I mean, there's a party of experienced individuals and they basically help us with our policies, how we, I mean, discuss and debate certain issues. So to answer to, I think as since PAM is an amateur party, uh, with not really much experience, I think Obah is, it brings good use to us. So I think, uh, yeah, that's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Pejuang Lemak Rice, for answering the questions the public had eager to ask. Now, moving on. So now I would like to forward a questions to our representative here for Barisan Rakyat MYSverse, BRM, which is Yano Huem. Are you here with us tonight?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So if the public had noticed that during the general election 23rd, the BRM had promised in their manifesto to a word which is to reestablish, to again to attempt to make the criminals investigation department CID to make it as alive again. But as of now, there has been no news coverage of it, no updates from the government, no news, no nothing from the POI, from the MOMC themselves. So could you elaborate more on why that issue is happening?
Well, for me, this is not a thing that I should answer since this is up to the current leader, which is GD Wedding, which I have no clue about. Which is he going to establish that department again, which is I mean, it's not like I don't I am not aware of what is he doing right now, but I am believe that he decided to not forward that policy. Yeah. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So now, since we have few of the questions that had been answered by the representatives here tonight with the NWS, now I would like to pass the ball on Cyanically Clash to further up explain, to further up elaborate more on what's currently happening in this general election for the 24th time in the history of MYSverse.
Okay, thank you there, Crazy, for the insights from the candidates. Firstly, if you've noticed the lower third that we are currently running, just there below, you see that we have the names of the parties and names of each candidate for each constituency. if you can look, there's like those marks of MP. Now we would like to clarify that those marks of MP means that that the that the status of the MP itself is referring to the party, not necessarily to the candidate, because we are trying to signify that these seats are holds. For example, their Kelantan is held by PAM, not necessarily by the candidate. I don't know if that is true or if it's false, but if for example here, Seberang Prai is held by PAM, and we don't know in the past election. So now in this election, you're gonna see a check mark real soon. If these seats are declared, you're gonna see check marks beside the party abbreviations. So there from there you can see now we have all the data for you tonight, and so currently we'll have to wait for PPR to be announcing the results tonight. So from there we can see Mr. Yiheng, we can see Mr. Bernard there just preparing for the press conference soon at MYSverse Virtual Convention Center. So at this point of time, we still have to wait and see whether PPM can try to increase their majority, or if PAM can hold their second party status, or even the most surprising news of the night, if we can predict whether GR and Acram can enter parliament, and if GR and Acram can enter parliament, that would be a big story of the night, because no fourth party has been able to enter parliament since GE10, which is around 14 general elections ago, which is very long. The first time Brita held, the first time the newly public Brita was allowed to hold a general election broadcast. So from here we'll wait on. And also I would like to also talk about the state of the parties here, because the state of the parties is real. Because the state of the parties is one of the graphics that we've worked on very well. So if you see there, we'll have the updates to you. All the time, because we are presenting the numbers to you, and I'll be updating these numbers to you, because I'm also holding the controls to these numbers here. So like the check mark just then, the constituency, and then also these numbers here for the seat total, the seat amount. I'm gonna be controlling those, and you're gonna be there to see it. So now I'll just pass it up to Yao for some of the discussions, some of the questions that he wants to ask. Yao, what do you want to ask, and what do you have for us tonight?
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Clash. So right now on the stage at the convention center, we can see that some of the election staff has already gone to the stage, preparing for announcement in a few minutes momentarily. Now, before we get there, I want to ask the PDM candidate, Mr. William S. Richford, quickly a question. Mr. William, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Mr. William. Just a quick question, since I think we're gonna get some news really soon. How do you think your party's gonna do in this election?
Well, I think I'm quite fairly confident this time around, since factually we have compared data that the lesser turnout rates tend to side more with PDM than with the other parties. But of course, I'm not trying to downgrade other people at this moment of time, as we are still waiting for the results. But I'm fairly confident that we may secure a majority this time around. Thank you.
I see. Just a quick follow-up question, if that's fine with you.
Oh yeah, sure.
The PDM has been around for a while. It's been around since, I believe, the 8th or 9th general election. So I think we can say that PDM has been around for quite some time. Do you think that you or your future successors can bring PDM back to the glory days of Secret and of the past PDM figures, or do you think that might be past your time?
Well, I think first of all, thank you for the question. Most definitely, we are in a different era now. This is definitely not the time when we are in COVID, when you're in the pandemic. So I think the uh, the power and the availability, really the ability to return to what we call glory days is certainly achievable, but it really takes time considering that we are not really prioritizing this because of obviously we are now focused on real life affairs. So I think to actually achieve this glory day,
Okay, yeah. Sorry, is that everything, Mr. William?
yes, hello, sorry, I'm
Okay.
fine.
So sorry, is that I'll assume that's everything. Sorry. Right now I think we'll see some news from the ground at the convention center. So let's talk to our correspondent right now, Mr. Keon. Any news right now?
Yes, Yao, there is news. Currently, it is 9:01 here in Malaysia, and the Election Commission have announced they will be announcing the results very shortly, in a few minutes' time, and hopefully we are able to see, as what Clash mentioned, we are hopefully we will be able to see which party will gain the first seat and which party will gain a simple majority, hopefully this time around. Back to you, Yao.
Okay, thank you, Keon. Let's see what happens tonight. I think the right now we don't have any results right now from the looks of it. I think we're still waiting for the election staff to start announcing stuff, but you know, it could be any second, any minute now. Let's see what happens. So, Clash, any words for now? Any last comments before we get our first results rolling in?
Yeah, well, from here, I think I can just say to everyone watching here that they'll just have to buckle up. Whether the news are going to be surprising, whether the news are going to be unsurprising. So they'll just have to sit back and relax and maybe be a little bit anxious about the state of the nation, and probably I will be rough. Yeah. So
So sorry,
hopefully,
Clash. So sorry, Clash. Coming in
yeah.
from the Election Commission, first seat we have P17 Malacca goes to BRM. P17 Malacca goes to BRM. This is an incumbent member of parliament from BRM, CEO Faris Shadam. He is currently re-elected for his seat in Malacca. Back to you again, Clash.
Right. So here P17 BRM, it's a hold, and it's completely unsurprising because P17 has been held by BRM since G20. So at this point, if we look at it, pretty unsurprising, not so much of a news. So we'll just have to see what the future holds for us, at least what the night holds for us, at least. So and there's really not much to say about Malacca, but we'll still we have to still watch whether parties can win the more marginal seats tonight. So oh yeah, I also want to go to Crazy. Crazy might want to ask a question. I think he just told me he wanted to ask a question. So Crazy, what do you want to ask here?
All right. So, Yano, you here with us currently?
Yes, I
So
am.
sorry, Clash. So sorry, Clash.
Okay. All right.
P09 Pahang Utara. Pahang Utara, which is a battleground state, which is a battleground constituency, is now held back by PAM. By PAM. Back to you again.
Okay, so PAM. Just let's go back to Crazy first, and we'll discuss about it later on.
All right, so the BRM, as we see, had gained its first momentum, gaining a seat in P17 Malacca. Now, an interesting observation the public has made is that the candidates list for the Barisan Rakyat MYSverse BRM seems to be cut by half, and it seems that the BRM does not enter the Bornean side of the MYSverse. Now, comparing to last term in which the BRM did put a list of candidates to compete for the Bornean seats. Now, why is that in the current general election, those BRM decided it's a better idea to pull out from the Bornean side altogether?
Well, I do believe that we are going to file candidates that is willing to contest, and we are not going to file that candidates. Yeah, that's all.
All right. So moving on, I'll pass back the microphone to Clash to further elaborate more on what's currently happening on the screen.
Okay, so I've just looked there. Pahang, I believe that's Pangutara. Yes, Pangutara was being held by PAM. So I believe Pangutara is being contested. It is being contested by only 4 parties, and Mr. Ustram, the Prime Minister candidate, and the MOH candidate, has he has been defeated by the ministerial candidate from PAM, which is Soviet YT99. I'll pass it back to Kion for the latest.
Okay, I'm jumping in for Keon right now. We've just received notice that P16, which is P16 has been held by PDM. Any news on that, Clash? Any comments?
Again, one of the halts, and one of the halts. So Negeri Sembilan was at least in looking back into history was the stronghold of Mr. Secret Intelligence, and now it's still being held by PDM. Although the seat itself isn't being contested by the more contentious candidates such as ministerial candidates and prime minister candidates, it is still a stronghold for PDM. So for Negeri Sembilan, P16, it is a very safe seat for PDM. The electors there trust PDM. So back to you, Yao.
Thank you very much, Clash. I think Crazy has a question to ask right now. Crazy?
Okay, yes. So let's shift back our question to the question on why BRM is currently pulling out from the Bornean seats. Now, as you have said that you have less candidates to compete for the current general election, yes?
So sorry, Clash. Right now, we have Perak Utara. Perak Utara is now back into BRM. BRM.
Okay, I'll just refer it back to Crazy, and then we'll talk about the BRM seat that has just been updated.
Okay, all right. So let's move back to our question. Now, as I have questioned earlier, as I've stated my question, the reason why BRM is pulling themselves out from the Bornean seats is due to the lack of candidates to be put for this general election. Yes?
Yes, it is.
So does that in any way suggest that the current Barisan Rakyat MYSverse BRM party right now, in terms of popularity, is decreasing just like my hairline receding?
Well, I mean, decrease. I am. Oh, sorry.
So sorry. P18 Johor Utara. Johor Utara is now back into PDM. PDM holds the seat as it is quite the stronghold for BRM, but BRM has held this seat for during the GE20 and GE21, but now PDM has got it back once again. So sorry, back to you.
Okay, all right. So could you elaborate more further on that? Are you suggesting that BRM popularity is decreasing just like my hairline receding?
Well, I do believe that everyone Well, I do believe that this GE I am expecting a decrease actually. But I mean, it's kind of a bit normal because, you know, you have the Lebu Raya voters and the Bandar Raya voters. I mean, I would admit that it is very hard to regain those seats. I am not admitting, I am not lying right now. But I do still believe that we still will gain some seat this night though. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, all right. So with that, the BRM, as the public know, they have a coalition with two smaller parties, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the Pertubuhan Nasional Malaysia and the Gabungan Pekerja Bersatu. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Now, if anything, the media had noticed that there has been less activities coming from these two, in which there has been lack of updates comparing to other parties, which just like Acram, which currently got themselves into hot water. Is there any explanations as to explain the reasons why BRM is currently entering the mode of hibernation, just like the old prehistoric animals back in the ice age?
Could you explain the hibernation part actually? Okay, yeah.
The hibernation part, as I'm referring to, there has been a less statements, a less updates regarding on the BRM, on the Gabungan Pekerja Bersatu, on the Pernas, Persatuan Nasional Malaysia. Does that indicate that there has been less activities
Crazy. So
within your
sorry to
parties?
interrupt.
Okay. All right, it's fine.
P04 Terengganu. P04 Terengganu is now back in PAM as Pump's hands. Back to you. So sorry.
Okay, all right. So again, back to my question, does that indicate there has been less activities within your party, or does that indicate stability in your party, which, if we look back in the day, there has been a lot of changes to the leaderships?
Well, I do believe that for the political parties within the coalition, well, we decided to shift focus on the coalition instead, because I do believe that I do personally believe, and I am not speaking on behalf all of the BRN member, but I do believe that the coalition, it doesn't work anymore actually, because you know the individual party is kind of inactive or something. But I would say that we also have some consideration that we are going to merge into a party actually, which is currently in discussion right now. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for answering the questions. Now, I believe Clash has certain things to be said, so I'll pass the microphone. I'll pass the ball to Clash here.
Okay. So and
Right
there's just
before
another
Clash,
result.
right before
Come on,
Clash,
Kia.
we do the analysis. We have Kelantan. Kelantan is now under PAM.
Right. So we've just looked there. Then for the wins tonight, we're still seeing some of the seats being held by prospective parties, and then we are also seeing and the status of the current election is that we're around 20% into the results. So at this point, we're just about 1/5 of the way there. So for now, not much yet to say. Not much yet to say, but we are seeing some of the halts happening tonight. But we still have to look at most like at seats such as ones they're being contest. They're gonna be battleground seats of the night, such as ones in Borneo and ones and more so in Malaya, where in Malaya there are 5 parties contesting for those seats, and then we're seeing in Borneo, we are also seeing two of the seats, P29 and P28 and P29 being contested by 4 parties, including the smaller ones. So we'll just have to check. And currently, if we look at the state of the parties at the moment, PDM is currently with 2 seats, PRM with 2 seats, and PAM
Clash.
with 3
That's
seats.
so sorry. P01 per list. P01 per list, which was a BRM stronghold, is now back into PAM. GE23 and last election, PAM has won per list, and now they are back with the re-election. Back to you, Clash.
Okay. So we look there at Perlis again with the hold. So previously in G20, G21, G22 it was held by BRM, and now we're seeing PAM taking back the of Perlis. So at the moment PAM is currently racing ahead of PDM and BRM with 4 seats in their basket. So currently, we'll refer back to Mr. Yao. Mr. Yao, do you think anyone is here to perhaps speak? Maybe crazy and such.
Yeah, of course. Right now the election results are coming in. Things are heating up. Things are quite interesting. So, Mr. Perjuang, I believe that Perlis is the seat is your seat, right? Oh, actually,
So
no.
sorry.
Before
Before you
answer that,
Seberang Prai is now under BRM. Seberang Prai is now BRM P05, which is a BRM stronghold. Back to you.
okay, thank you. Miss, wait, crazy. Do you want to ask the questions right now?
Yo, you can proceed with your question first, then I'll elaborate more on from my side.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So Mr. Perjuang, am I correct in saying that Perlis is your seat and you've just won it?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so yeah, that's good. You've held your seat. Are you any feelings about that so far?
I'm actually like at loss for words since BRM has been securing that seat for like it has been a stronghold, and I think we managed to secure it, so that's good for us, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very good for you. Congratulations on your seat. And I wish all the parties, including your party and yourself, the best of luck tonight. Right, okay, Crazy, do you want to ask away?
Okay, all right. So tonight here with the PDM representative, which is the candidate for Prime Minister himself, Mr. William. You there?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So the public had complained over and over again about the activity regarding the SPAT department, Suruhanjaya Pengangkutan Awam Darat. Now, there has been in multiple times in your party's manifesto, which is to establish a vocational driving license, which has been yet to be done. Any explanations, perhaps, to why that is currently happening?
Thank you, Crazy, for the question. First of all, let me clarify that SPD is dissolved pursuant to the Transport Reform Act 2025.
So sorry, Mr. William. We have Perak Selatan. Perak Selatan is now under PAM. PAM holds back the seat after taking it away from BRM back in GE23. PAM now holds Perak Selatan. Thank you. Back to you. So sorry, Mr. William.
All right. Thank you. Well, basically, as I said, SPD is dissolved. It's now integrated under the Ministry of Transport. Other than that, I think regarding the vocational driving license, it's not as simple as we had thought. Obviously, there are more considerations to be taken in from both the transport sector and in the government sector. I think towards the safety and the practicality of the license, it does take time. Example, the civil service reforms, it is still taking place internally because it is such a big project, it's such a big area to cover that it is not possible to do it within a few terms, especially with the instability that has occurred in the past terms. So I ask that the people give us trust one more, give us this mandate for this one more term, and I'm sure that we can get it complete. Thank you, Crazy.
All right. So back to that questions first. For how many terms does the party expects for the VDL program to be completely finished?
Well, I think this term might be the last term, and we actually might be. I'm actually
So
confident we
sorry,
might
William.
do it this
So
term.
sorry, Mr. William. Once again,
Alright,
Kinabatangan.
alright.
We have news. Kinabatangan, which is a PDM stronghold. Kinabatangan is now back in PDM's hands. Thank you. Back to you.
All right, Mr. William, you can elaborate more on the term thing.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm confident like we can complete this term, at least in this final stages from past term. I think what's left of now is to basically gazette the secondary legislation and to mandate each private company to execute it. I think that's all left. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. William, as the representative for Party Democratic MYSverse for tonight. Now, Pejuang Lemak Rais, you there with us?
Yes.
Okay. So we have all of us have heard that the representative for BRM himself had admit that BRM popularity, BRM activity had gone down in the coming terms as the term goes on. Now, as we know, PAM had been quite a rival to the BRM. For you, as someone who has a very high ranking in your party itself, what would be your reactions hearing those confessions, admissions from the BRM?
Um, Firstly, I feel that, mm, I mean, Mia popularity is declining because of their own actions, and I think
So sorry to interrupt. We have news. P19 Johor Selatan. Johor Selatan is now PDM's seat as of right now. Thank you. Back to you.
All right, Mr. Pojong, you can continue.
this is I was saying BRM is losing their popularity because maybe of their own mistakes. I mean, betraying both their supporters and opposition parties, and I think we can benefit from that, and we can prove ourselves that prove to others that we can be uh, an opposition party with which I mean deserves to be in parliament and eventually the government. So yeah, and yeah. Thanks.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So moving on to now for the Gerakan Rakyat.
Back
Oh.
to the news. We now have Pulau Pinang. Pulau Pinang is now held by BRM. Pulau Pinang is a BRM stronghold. PO6 BRM. Pulau Pinang is a BRM stronghold. They now hold the seat. Back to you, Crazy.
Okay, back to the questions on what I was about to ask. Now, Gerakan Rakyat, you have been quite notorious for having so little to nothing of online public relation PR presence in online platforms such as Twitters, TikToks, and perhaps campaigning in Lebuh themselves. Now, with the fact that GR has less PR reputations with the public, does GR have any confidence that they could perhaps have an upper hand against Acram, which is gaining, in terms of votes, gaining more comparing to Acram in this general election?
So
Yeah, I
sorry
have a
to
confidence
interrupt.
with
So
Masa
sorry to
Akram.
interrupt.
Um,
Right now we
with the
have
Gerakan
news
Rakyat
from
is
you.
now winning a single seat.
Ooh.
in
So
Parliament,
sorry, sir. So sorry
and
for
we do not
interrupting.
have
We
any
have
confidence.
Buford P23 is back in PDM's hands. PDM wins the re-election. Thank you. Back to you. So sorry.
Okay, all right. Continuing back to Mr. Dinka. Again, what would be your response to the question?
All right. So even though we pass in Acram votes, we do not confidence that we will win a seat at least, because we all know that we don't get the upper hand, even though we got the upper hand on Akram. And since then, we just belong to the luck, hoping to win a seat. But there's always been a majority, which PDM, BRM, and also I have nothing more to say.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Now, I believe that here Mr. Clash has a word or two to elaborate on what's currently happening in this.
Before Clash replies, we have Pahang Selatan. Pahang Selatan goes to PAM. All right, back to you.
Okay, so Crazy just referred to me there, and as I'm doing this, I'm also updating the ticker. So later we can refer to it once the results are all finished. So let me just do a little bit of a quick analysis of what's going on here. So first of all, we had Mr. Cheesy seat, also known as Kacang Cheesy. Kacang Cheesy has won his seat uh, down at Kinabatangan, I believe. Yes, Kinabatangan. He won his seat. He was the former prime minister. Who carried us into G23, and Kacang Cheesy is also a retired politician, not necessarily retired, but he's about he has resigned from all of his major positions, and now he's just standing as an MP. And also, we also have to refer to Rhino Ashri from Akram, which is Johor Utara, which from there we can see that that he that they've lost his seat, they've lost their seat, and currently it is being held by PDM. So at the moment, we'll just have to see. So currently, PAM in the lead, but the gaps aren't necessarily that big. PDM is currently with 5, PRM with 4, and PAM with 6. Back to you, Yao.
Okay, thank you, Clash. I believe that this is 50% of the results that have come in. So far, we are halfway through, and so far, it is a very tight race between three parties: PDM, BRM, and PAM.
Right now we have
Um,
P26 Kuching. P26 Kuching is now back with PDM as it is a PDM stronghold. Back to you, Yao.
it's even more closer than I thought. Now it's 6-4-6, 6 for PDM, 4 for BRM, and 6 for PAM right now. Crazy, I think you have a question to ask?
Okay, all right. Thank you for passing the microphone back to me. Now back to us here with Mr. Arif representing for Akram tonight here with us. You there?
Yes.
Now, Akram had a certain technique that haven't been used by other political parties, which is the involvement of micro Roblox influencer. Micro Roblox influencer, which mainly dominates in TikTok and YouTube platform, I believe. Yes.
Yes. Are you, Mr.
Uh, all right. Okay. So continuing on that, certain members of the public had raised an ethical, a moral questions whether it is ethical to hire, to use micro Roblox influencer to influence more about your
So
party,
sorry,
to
Crazy.
boast
So
about
sorry,
it.
Crazy.
Okay, all right.
So sorry. We have news right now. Kedah P02 Kedah. Kedah is now back with PAM. Thank you very much. Back to you, Clash. Back to you, Crazy.
Okay, all right. Continuing back to my questions, Akram had been using micro Roblox influencer in order to boost the influence more in the online platforms. It is like, say, in real life, a political party using Mr. Beast to promote more about their party to ask people to vote for them. It is like lobbying, right? So, what would be Akram's response for, using micro influencers to further promote about the party online?
Okay, thank you for the question. For me, as I'm answering as the advisor, decision to it's not like hire, it's like inviting, especially the Akak Oreo, to Akram first ever what we call assembly, something like that. So we not actually ask or pay Akak Oreo to promote our party. We just invite her to the assembly so that the assembly look crowded. But it's actually overcrowded lah. So like everybody said, maybe hiring micro influencer to attract vote. It's not actually it because we never ask Akak Oreo to tell their followers to vote for Akram or joining Akram or something like that. There's nothing about campaigning involved between us and Akak Oreo and other influencer. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Now, forwarding a questions to the Mr. William here, Mr. for the representative of PDM.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So in this general election in particular, the people had noticed that there are a line of manifesto in which the government proposed to merge the Ministry of Health to be absorbed by the Ministry of Home Affairs. Now, realistically, would this spark a reaction? Would this spark a protest, a forms of whatever it is of
So sorry,
disagreement
Crazy.
from
So
the
sorry,
members
Crazy.
of?
We have P13 Selangor Selatan. Selangor Selatan is now under PDM. Selangor Selatan is now under PDM. Thank you. Back to you, Crazy.
All right, thank you very much. Now back to my questions. So would the government realistically expect reactions, a protest from the members of Ministers of Health regarding the merging of their ministry under the Ministry of Home Affairs?
First of all, thank you for the question, Crazy. All right, I'll just say it like this. This was an agreement between the Health Ministry administration itself and the previous Minister of Health. It is seen by far the most feasible option we have. I think the autonomous control that MOH holds, the Health Ministry holds, is quite significant towards their operation, daily operation. It is quite fairly close to what MAF and PDRM is doing, and I believe that with the autonomy that they are given, they are it does not exclude us from any liability. We are still required to report to Parliament as may be deemed necessary, and as they provide us the information, but also allowing the autonomy as such that it is equivalent to what MAF and PDRM has right now. And I don't really expect any. I don't want to jinx it, but I don't really expect any widespread opposition, as I view the Health Ministry as a very, very efficient department. And I think the option that we have presented to the table right now is the most feasible one. Thank you, Crazy.
Okay, all right. Okay, so now I would like to pass the microphone back to Mr. Clash.
Right before you pass the microphone to Clash, We have P27 Sri Aman is now back with PDM. PDM holds the seat. Back to you.
Right. So thank you there, Crazy. And well, at the moment, I'm looking at the tickers, I'm looking at the results. It's all still holds, it's all still holds, it's all still holds. But Sriyaman, I would like to talk about Sriyaman. Sriyaman is one of the interesting seats because it was previously held by former Prime Minister Bernard G. Templer. He's currently serving as lieutenant in the Malaysian Armed Forces. And this seat is additionally a PDM stronghold. So PDM stronghold because, well, in G20 it was previously held by PUM during the so-called PUM, so-called blackout, Borneo blackout, and then it was again in G21 held by PDM, and then so on, and then so on, and then so on. It is being held by PDM again. So at the moment, I would like to really look at the people, at the people that are currently contesting here. So here, Almi Fahmi won his seat. Alvin won his seat. And then we also saw Yano, Mr. Yano from Pulau Pinang winning his seat. Seberang Prai with SRJ 12120 from BRM winning his seat. And then currently we're still waiting for Mr. GB Wendin. And for athlete, and I would like to refer also to Acram. Acram not doing great here because Mr. Ostram lost lost his contest, and then we are also seeing Ryan Oashri losing his contest, and then
So sorry, Clash. So sorry, Clash. P14 Kuala Lumpur is now under PDM. PDM has been holding this seat since GE21. They are now holding the seat. Continue, Mr. Clash.
okay, and at the moment, NWS from the results here, NWS can now say that can now confirm that Gerakan Rakyat will not win, may not win any more seats tonight because at the moment they are losing in Malaya, and for a party to win all of, to be able to enter parliament, they need to at least have 10%, which means they need 3 seats. And at the moment, Gerakan Rakyat only has 2 candidates left on the ballot. So National Wire Service can now say that Gerakan Rakyat will not win any seats tonight. So that leaves out Acram, PIM, BRM, and most importantly of all, PDM. So very rough night tonight for GR. At least second time didn't work out, third time was not a charm, and now the fourth time they're not winning anything yet, so they'll have to wait for their 5th general election in 3 months. But now at the moment Akram still has a chance because they fielded at 30 candidates full. So at the moment we can still look into PDM, BRM, and PAM on whether they can win seats tonight and whether they can win big. So Keon, back to you
All right.
again for the results.
Thank you very much, Clash. We have P11 Selangor Utara. Selangor Utara is now back with PDM. This is also William S. Richford's very own constituency. So this is a very important seat. Back to you, Yao.
Yes, and we've just here look Mr. William S. Richford here. So William S. Richford here, Pahang. Sorry, Selangor Utara. Selangor Utara. At least for P11. Yes, it is being held by William here. So currently, Mr. William, I hope, Mr. William, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. What is your reaction? You've just won your seat here.
First of all, I'd like to thank the constituencies, my loyal voters of PM. I'm ready again to serve the constituency that I've fought since I think early G20, G21, and I'm ready to work again. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for that. I'm sure you are happy with your re-election here, especially since you're running for re-election, not just as not just as an MP, but also as a prime minister candidate. So here, uh, let's talk about GR because we've just talked about them. Mr. Dasuki, who represented GR in the debate, did not win a seat despite being a fairly good competition for BRM and PDM. And then there's also Mr. Dinka Not Better, which is here tonight, who did not win his seat as well. So to GR, they'll have to try again. They'll have to work harder, and they'll have to secure those 10% in the next general election. So yeah, well, back to you, Yao, for more of these moments, for more of the insights of candidates tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Clash. I think right now 70% of the results are in. I think we have a lot of right now, most of our seats right now are holds. We don't have any seat gains yet. We don't have any significant changes. And back to you, Kian.
Right now we have news. P15 Putrajaya is now back with BRM. BRM has held this seat since GE21, and this is also GD Wendin's very own constituency. Back to you, Yao.
Okay, thank you. I think that's some really good news for BRM, I'd say, winning for the main candidate, Mr. GD Wendin, to win back his seat. So right now, I'll let is the BRM representative here with us right now?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so right now, looking at the seats, the constituencies, the results right now, what do you think about the current situation for BRM?
Well, I do believe that we might retain 6 seats actually. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. But given that you may potentially get 6 seats, is there any plans as to what your party might do? Will they consider forming coalitions with any of the other parties in the meantime?
Well, for me, I do believe there won't be any hung parliament now. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting projection right there. I think from us at the National MYSverse, however, we think it's still too close to call right now. We have 8 seats left. We have 22 seats called, and right now the election results are quite close with 10 seats to PM, 5 seats to BRM, and 7 seats to PAM. Crazy, do you have anything to ask for candidates so far?
Okay, all right. So Mr. Yano here.
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. So, for this general elections in the manifesto, Birham had emphasized a certain program that will be established. That is, if the BRM had managed to become the government, which is the no secrets, just signal platform, which to aim to which aims to not
So sorry,
to
Crazy.
not
We
fail.
have P29, which is
All
now
right.
gained by PDM. This is the first gain. This is the first gain by any party right now in the 24th general election. This seat was held by PAM back in GE22 and the last election GE23. Right now, PDM holds the seat P29. We are now going to go to Clash.
Okay, so I've just looked here. I believe that was the constituency of Miri, which was previously held by PAM and now is being held by PDM. This is the biggest story of the night because this was previously held by PAM and now it is being regained by PDM. At the moment, because PAM is also contesting in the seat, we don't know yet if PDM will actually gain some seats from tonight, because at the last election PDM had 14 seats And if they are gaining, they might be on track to a majority government. So at the moment, the analysis, while it is still too close to call, it is an optimistic view for PDM and on whether they can win a majority right now. It is, while too close to call, it is considerably significant for PDM at the moment. And then another result there, Keon.
We have received news. P12 Lembah Kelang is now back with PDM. PDM. This is a PDM stronghold since a long time ago, and it is now back with PDM. Continue, Clash.
Yeah, one of the interesting things about Lembah Kelang, I'm gonna just skip the conversation there. Lembah Kelang was previously a stronghold, and it was previously held by by former Prime Minister and also one of the hosts tonight of this election program, Mr. Keon here. So that's a very interesting fun fact there. And now, yes, what if we see here, Miri PDM game, and that's the biggest story of the night. We'll see as we go through the night. And currently, the state of the parties there: PDM with 12 seats, now leading significantly above PAM. PAM now with 7 seats, and BRM still with 5 seats, just one short of their current state, one of their previous state. So I'm gonna go ahead and refer this to Crazy. Crazy, how you're doing?
I'm doing quite fine actually, enjoying the Malaysian healthcare. 1 ringgit. 1 ringgit. Such a cheap price for healthcare. So now back to the questions to the
Crazy,
BRM.
so sorry to interrupt you. P28 Cebu is now back with PDM. This is also unconference's seat, which is the Gerakan Rakyat party leader. Do continue, Crazy.
Okay. Back to the questions about the general elections. For the BRM manifesto, they have promised to establish a platform named No Secrets, Just Signal, in which they will be absolutely 100% transparent about government's activities, government development updates. Now, does that kind of things would also include things related to OSA, Official Secret Acts? Is it like what kind of secrets are we talking about? Like, is it like the kind of secrets that it is like that one uncle in your family, or is it just pure 100% transparency within the members of the public?
Well, for me, I'm not sure should I answer this, since this is supposed to belong to the current shadow minister, which is CEO Faris Adam, and which is, well,
So sorry to interrupt you. P25, P25, which is Tawau. P25 Tawau is now held by PDM. This is a very stronghold in Borneo. Sorry, do continue.
Mr. Yano, you can go ahead.
well, for me, I do believe it's not all the official secrets, actually, do I assume. Which is we are not going to like release all of it though, actually, which is, yeah, it's like that though. But I mean, I will give you which is an example, which is the cabinet meeting, which is, usually held by the prime minister. Yeah, like that example we will release it, since I do believe it's not considered as OSA, unless there's some sensitive topic lah. So yeah, like that. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, BRM, for answering the question.
All right. Sorry for interrupting you. Right now we have P22 Kinabalu. P22 Kinabalu. This is a PDM stronghold as well. It's now back into PDM's hands. To continue, Mr. Crazy.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Pejuang,
Yes.
Okay. So for your party, Persatuan Anak Malaysia, for the past few general elections in their manifesto, they had been reiterating that they will do something about misinformation, about negative journalism within the private media sectors of the MYSverse. Now, how would your party define what a negative journalism is and what is a positive journalism?
Well, I think positive journalism is what it's journalism based on facts and not what you say uh, uh, and not uh, strictly just uh, wait, give me time.
Okay, all right. Somehow our representative for the party here unable to speak for a moment, but okay. So Mr. Arif, for the representative for Akram, you here with us?
Yes, of course.
Okay, all right. So we're still in the same topic, which is the regarding the communication and multimedia. Now, Akram had promised in the manifesto for this general elections, in which they would organize a digital and cyber media literacy campaign. Now, for someone as like me, as a member of the public, this seems too vague on what is digital and cyber media literacy campaign. Now, could you, as the representative for your party, Akram, to elaborate more on this one?
So sorry for interrupting you. Right now we have P20 Labuan, which is won by PDM. Clash, go ahead.
All right. With the announcement of Labuan gain by PDM, National Wire Service projects that it will be a PDM majority government. PDM returns to majority government after a turbulent election in G23. Now they're back in office without needing to form coalitions, without needing to work with other parties. This is a historic win for PDM and a historic comeback for the party.
Right. Mr. William, can I get your reaction? As of right now, P21 Kudat is also won by PDM, your party. Mr. William, can I? Oh, it is again from PAM. Mr. William, can I get your reaction right now?
This is factually truly. I just don't know what to say really. This has been really stressful for me, considering that we are currently still anxious about the result. We're still in disbelief that we have become majority. This is truly something that we really want to thank everyone for supporting us, for continuing uh, your support, for continuing your vote to us, your mandate. Thank you for everyone and MYSverse. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. William, for your reaction. As PDM now is a simple majority government, what are your main plans for this government?
Well, I think during the debate, I promised a full audit report on the Robux given by the supply bill. So that will be the first order of business when I get into office, as soon as I get into office, and as soon as Parliament is in session. And of course, the IC announcement that will be announced too. Uh,
All right, as we get news right now, P30 Limbang, the very last seat, is also won by you, Mr. William. You have a simple majority of, it is again from PAM since last election. You have now 18 seats in total. 18 seats in total. Clash, can I get your reaction on this?
Wow. This is the surprising news of the night. PDM has managed to gain I believe, four seats, and now they're currently at 18. And PAM, and additionally, we have to look at PAM as well. PAM has managed to become the second party of tonight's election, which means they're cemented here. Basically, they're the second party now, and BRM has to stay. And we also have to look at BRM. BRM lost the seat tonight. Uh, BRM BRM is now holding on with only 5 seats, and while PAM is still holding on with 7 seats. So I believe BRM BRM lost to PDM, and PAM obviously lost to PDM. And here we can see that it is a very tense night. And just look at the state of the parties there. Very contentious. Somehow, Mr. William has managed to rise above the simple majority, not only the simple majority number, but also beyond that number now with 18. Usually, since I believe GE20, they haven't been able to reach the number 17. They rarely reach the number of 15, not even 16. And now they've finally broken that They've finally broken that curse, and now they're back, but they're back with the on the on in parliament to finally govern without any sort of political cooperation, nor any sort of government coalition. From the statement here by SPR, PDM, and let me read it. PDM has gained a total of 18 seats, 2 seats short of a two-thirds majority, but sufficient for a simple majority to form the federal government. So I believe tonight, Mr. William S. Richford, I believe he's seen here. He's going to be leaving the studio tonight, and he's going to be heading to Istana, and the king will ask him to form the government. And tonight, that is the story. That's the shocking story of the night. You've probably expected it, but not to this extent. So back to you, Mr. Yao. And oh yeah, Yao is unavailable tonight. So let me just go back to Crazy here. Crazy, what do you think of tonight's results here? It's very wow.
Aqsamu billah, I have never predicted this. It is quite a shock for myself and the member of the public. They would have expected another coalition government formed between the Barisan Rakyat MYSverse BRM and the Party Democratic MYSverse PDM. But as we can see right now tonight, dear viewers, but MYSverse has regained back their political stability in which the PDM had managed to gain simple majority to form a government without the need of coalition from other parties. Now, after all, this general election might not be a big next nothing burger at all. It is quite surely something that has carved in the history of the raw politics of the MYSverse. Now, I believe that the Garakandra had released a certain press statement to the press, to the members of the media. Now, if the representative for Gerakan Rakyat could elaborate furthermore on what the media statement would be.
So we can say about that. We have to keep that secret for now about that media statement. Will be released in our Discord Gerakan Rakyat. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So as I have said, dear viewers, it is not a nothing burger at all. After all, the chart's law of happening may or may not be a real thing at all. It might be a myth. Finally, something has happened within the political landscape of the MYSverse tonight. Now, as we can see inside the Mr. Keon, could you perhaps elaborate more on what's currently happening at the ground over there?
Right now in the hall, we can see so many people are hyped are very happy for this result, which is a simple majority government for the Party Democratic MYSverse. They have gained 18 seats, which is two seats short of a two-thirds majority in parliament, but they do have a simple majority to form a federal government. Clash, can you give us more information about that?
Yeah, so let me just look here. So we've prepared a graphics for you here, and so I hope the studio can show it now. Hopefully, uh, let's just wait. Let's just wait. There we go. And we'll have the results here in color. So blue here with 18, red with 5, and then obviously PAM being the second largest party, and as opposition party with 7 seats here. So so for now, congratulations to PDM for winning those 18 seats. Congratulations as well to PAM for becoming well, practically the status quo second party of parliament. So at the moment, while this stream, our live broadcast might end soon, we'll still have to wait on the news of course, Mr. William going to Istana, and then the king will ask him if he is ready from government, and whether Mr. William is ready, and whether Mr. William is prepared to form government with with the king. And so right now, with the results done, we can probably sit back and relax and maybe reflect on the results tonight. So that is what very great news, very big news tonight. So crazy. What do you want to say here?
Okay, now, as we know, the PDM had somehow secured a simple majority for tonight's elections. Now, the real questions began here. Would this even solve the issue of the declining attendance rate in the parliament, despite that what is it? What do we call? Despite the parliament sessions are now allowed to be done through Discord. Now, the issues the current government might face is to the fact that currently, as of the timeline we are speaking right now for Malaysia, many of the people, many of the students, specifically in the secondary schools, are going to face which is the SPM trial, SPM examination trial, which is a very much an important thing, which decides half of your future if you are a Malaysian. Now, does the government or the opposition had 100% confidence in the candidates they had? 100% confidence in the candidates that they have chosen to represent the party in the government. Now, this question is open to any of the representative if they want to answer or not. Considering there's no representatives here would like to answer up on that question, so I'll pass back the ball back to Mr. Clash here.
Right. Hello everyone. So tonight we've just finished up the election. So let me just give a recap on what's going on tonight. So let's just show the state of the parties here. So at least at the moment here, PDM has 18 seats, and then there's PAM with 7 seats, and then there's also PRM with 5 seats. So that's the state of the parties for you tonight, and that's the final version of it. So if you're looking at your screen right now, Garakandra will be holding a press conference soon, and we'll have to wait for. And at the moment, we'll just have to wait for it. But right now, I think we should probably go on a break. Crazy, don't you agree, Crazy?
I absolutely agree. A cup of Milo, a cup of diabetes absolutely sounds good to me, especially at 10 p.m. night here in Malaysia. I think we should go on for a break, Mr. Clash. So,
Yeah. I think we should go on break. Okay, so let's just go on break now for tonight, and we'll see you once GR is ready for their press conference. Hmm? Okay, go. We're back, everyone. So let us just go to Gerakan Rakyat's press conference here. Good evening, members of the Gerakan Rakyat, members of the public, and members of the press. This is Secretary General Prime Minister Candidate Un Confront. The man beside me is Chairman of the Gerakan Rakyat, Dasuki. And Awisim, also known as William Pilyansky, Deputy Chairman of Gerakan Rakyat. Tonight has seen us unable to represent ourselves in the parliament once again. But we have regained ourselves from our decline. Our comeback from the debate has shocked some members of the public. And from here on, the rise of the new Garakandra will begin. And this will not be led by the old guard, but the new generation that has proved that Garakandra exists to provide the country for the sake of dignity and democracy. I'll give this speech to Dasuki. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Confront.
Well, again, yet again. As you know, PDM had somehow secured a simple majority.
Today's results is not the end for us. From here, we will start a new era of Gerakan Rakyat. However, one must know that we contested not because it was easy, but we believe Malaysia deserved better. The movement we started was built on integrity, inclusivity, and courage. In this election, we have planted the seed and it will grow soon. I take full responsibility as GR's leader for this election. We will reflect, reform, and rebuild. In the end, I want to express my deepest gratitude to every citizen who supported Garakandra throughout this challenging campaign. The new government, we will hold you accountable. We may not be in the parliament, but we are not powerless. GR will continue to be the conscience of this country. That's all from me. Thank you. Okay, let's I believe that GR will just pause over there for GR press conference. We'll head on over to the PDM press statement. At 10 p.m., the Pasukan Pilihan Raya officially announced the results of the 24th General Election of MYSverse. We are proud to share that PDM has secured a simple majority, reflecting the trust and confidence of the people. We are deeply grateful for this overwhelming support and remain committed to serving MYSverse with excellence as we embark on a new term in government. In a significant step forward, the Honorable William S. Richford, Member of Parliament for Selangor Utara, has been nominated as the next Prime Minister of MYSverse. His nomination has been submitted to the Istana MYSverse, following his receipt of the majority confidence from our newly elected members of Parliament. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has supported us throughout this campaign and election period. With your mandate, we will serve MYSverse to the best of our ability with dedication, integrity, and an unwavering commitment to progress. So that is a statement from PDM, Party Democratic Malaysia. And wow, very, very contentious results for tonight. I believe it's not just in terms of the results being surprising, it is surprising. PDM has managed to win the majority, as we see here in the PPR press statement. So let's just analyze here. Acram with 61 votes, BRM with 122 votes, Persatuan Anak Malaysia with 195 votes, and Party Democratic Malaysia with 477 votes, and Garakandra with 47. The interesting part here is the invalid votes are as many as 204 votes, which is the second highest votes in tonight's election. And of course, the problem of the invalid votes being more than other parties is still a plaguing issue, which either the government or the body itself, the PPR, has to fix, despite it being a very reoccurring issue. So for tonight, let's just go over the results for tonight. We got PDM with 18 seats. We got BRM with 5 seats and PAM with 7 seats. PDM has done enough to win the trust of the people and win a majority government. PAM has managed to cement itself as the second largest party in parliament, and they will be the leading opposition party. For now, we'll just have to leave you there. And we'll just have to leave you there with the results of tonight. Surprises after surprises. It went from a very anticlimactic lead to a very surprising result. We just have to leave you there. I'm Cynical Clash. Good night.